How do I move on and never look back? How do I close that chapter of my life and forget the narcissist? How do I rebuild my life? How do I get my own closure after leaving the narcissist? How do I stop thinking about taking revenge on them? These are the questions that most survivors of narcissistic abuse ask on different social media platforms because they are left stuck in the middle of nowhere with a feeling that eats them up all the time because they have so many questions to ask. They have so many confusing feelings to resolve, so many thoughts to make sense of, so many experiences to process and integrate. That's why in today's episode, I'll be thoroughly answering this question and all of the questions that are similar. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. In today's episode, we'll be understanding how you get your own closure after leaving the narcissist in 5 strategic steps. If you're eager to get your closure and you want to learn how to do that, please make sure to subscribe because your subscription to the channel will help spread the awareness. Also push the bell icon to stay notified with everything latest that I post over here. Let's get started with step number 1, understanding and acceptance. Survivors of narcissistic abuse stay stuck internally because they keep asking questions like, is he or she truly a narcissist? Or did I make a mistake by leaving them? Was it my fault? Should I have tried more? Etc. It's crucial to understand that impact matters more than intent. A better question to ask would be, how did that relationship affect me? You need to understand that a narcissist doesn't care about the clarity. They only care about the supply they get from you. The clarity you're seeking will come from your understanding and acceptance of their destructive personality patterns and how they impacted you. The source of your pain cannot be the source of your healing. You need to understand that. Before I move to step number 2, I'm really curious to know, what is the biggest obstacle in your recovery? What is it that you find the most difficult thing to deal with while trying to get your own closure? Drop your answers in the comments below and help other survivors feel validated. Step number 2, close the loops. You need to close the loops they left open as the relationship ended. You need to stop caring about who the next person is and whether or not they will see the narcissist for who they are. You have to close the loops and get answers to the questions by revisiting the memories where the mask fell off and they showed you their true nature. You need to close all the doors that connect you with them and go full no contact. You need to see them for who they are and you need to understand that they never loved you the way you loved them. You need to accept that they will never answer the questions you are so desperate to ask. Step number 3, release the desire to seek revenge. Experiencing narcissistic abuse means being betrayed by the one you trusted the most. It leaves you with a deep moral wound and rips you off of your capability to trust again. You experience so much loss when it comes to the time lost, the opportunities missed, the emotions wasted and the dreams shattered. Your anger is completely valid, so is your resentment and frustration. But continuously being stuck in these feelings is like holding a burning piece of charcoal in your hand. It does not harm the perpetrator, but only hurts you. That is why validating your anger first and then releasing and letting go by understanding that the narcissist is in their perpetual state of suffering is the key. You will move on, but they will be stuck in the supply-seeking cycle that never satisfies them. Step number 4, heal the pain. Experiencing narcissistic abuse is very devastating and it leaves every corner of yours suffering. The grief post-narcissistic abuse is very heavy and needs time and patience to resolve. Once you have made peace with your anger, attune with your other emotions such as pain and hold space for them. Feel them, acknowledge them, and finally release them. Doing so will create an internal space to feel and experience other positive emotions. By working through your pain and sadness, you will be able to cut the cord forever. Step number 5 and the last one. Work on the traumas that got activated. If you were abandoned as a child or neglected by one of your parents, you likely have attachment issues. Probably you chase people or self-sacrifice to be chosen and seen. In the narcissistic relationship, all of these wounds get triggered and we regress to an earlier stage where we unconsciously repeat the same patterns to gain love and acceptance. This is called trauma reenactment. The activation of these patterns play a significant role in staying in these relationships. You must recognize the activated wounds and work on the contributing factors to fully let go and avoid repeating the same patterns with a different person. You must become the parent that you never had. You must first build a strong relationship with yourself before trying to have a relationship with someone else. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful. If you did, please drop a like, let me know in the comments, and make sure to share this video. I'll talk with you in the next one. Until then, let the healing begin.